All right, guys. So we have our work on 2.1, right? So that's where we start. It says evaluate mentally. So we have four different expressions. We're trying to find 25% of 200. We're trying to find 12% of 200, 8% of 200, and it looks like a last one, p% of 200. Right? There's many, many, many different ways that we can figure this out. The way that I do it is I take our percentage and I want to turn it into a decimal, right? So it is a percent right now. And what I do is I then turn it into a decimal. If I take a look at 25%, to turn 25% into a decimal, we put a decimal at the end. We take the decimal and we move it two spaces to the left. So 25% is essentially going to become 0.25. And that's what I wrote in my equation here. I wrote 0.25 times 200 is going to be equal to 50. So I multiply those two things, and that gives me my answer of 50. If I do the same thing here with 12%, right, 12%, I would put the decimal here at the end, move it two spaces to the left. It would go out in front, and it would be 0.12 times 200, and that would get us a value of 24. Our last one here, 8% of 200. Again, I would take that decimal, I would move it two spaces to the left, so it actually wouldn't turn into 0.8. I'd have to move the decimal one more time to the left. It would turn into 0.08, and 0.08 times 200 is 16. We might be asking ourselves, how do I take p percentage of 200? So I was oversimplifying it here. I was just taking the decimal, move it two spaces to the left. But basically what we were doing is we were dividing our percentage by 100. Okay, so if we stay on that train and we divide our percentage by 100, we take p and divide it by 100. That's what we get here. And then we would multiply that by 200. So p divided by 100 times 200 would get us what our value would be. And that would also get us just 2p. So 2 times whatever p is. And if we look back up here, right, like 2 times 25 would get us a value of 50. 2 times our value of 12 would get us 24, right, and so on and so forth. And that's really all I got for 2.1.